Hello everybody, this is Chinedu Rita Rosa from Vines by Rosa, and I'm here today with my very good friend Hela. And Hela has a very special place in my heart because she's one of my African sisters here in Bordeaux.
Yes, I am definitely African and I am from Egypt. I'm actually the first and only accredited Egyptian guide in the whole Bordeaux area, so that whole region called Aquitaine.
That's what we are.
And today's purpose is to demystify the wines, but before demystifying the wines and the taste of wines, we need to enter into the historical background of that wine.
So how do we do that?
Well, we first start, well, not as far as the Egyptians, but we go all the way back to the Roman times.
Yeah.
So the Romans were here in around 48 BCE, and they were the ones who first planted the vine stocks in areas like Saint-Emilion, but also in the center of Bordeaux itself, in the city center. Can you imagine that, Tanito?
This is why it's so important to have somebody like you in our lives. I mean, Bordeaux wines are known all over the world, but what is the structure? Where did it start from? And Hela, I mean, right now in this current situation with the pandemic and everything going on, what is your advice for people who still want to come to Bordeaux and find out and discover things about Bordeaux wines?
Well, I think you should always start from the city. So when it is possible to travel, I would say start from the city. Take a tour. Let us teach you how to not only to demystify the wines, but also just to make it easier. It is so, I think we should stop about all the complexes of the wines. It is a very easy learning process. But African brothers and sisters, we need first to know the history. And how are we going to do that? Well, we're going to go through the Romans and then through the English and then through here today. This house belonged to an Irishman, believe it or not. And he was Francis Burke.
Do you know where we are? First of all, we are in the Musée du Vin, in the center of Bordeaux.
Not to confuse it with the Cité du Vin.
Not
That's
the same.
definitely that's more on an international level. But here we're actually, this is a typical what we call wine cellar.
Yeah.
And so we are in a neighborhood that was outside of the city walls.
Mm-hmm.
And this neighborhood was constructed especially for wine merchants. And they were from all over the world, Chinito. Especially from Germany. The first were actually Dutch. Thank you, Dutch, champion du monde. So we had the Dutch, the English, the Irish, the Germans, and the Danes, believe it or not. And of course the French.
And so all this while this was happening, what was the French position in winemaking during this time?
Well, the French actually were the aristocrats, and they were the ones who had the land. They didn't really want to get their hands dirty with all the trade. So who came in for the trade? Everybody who was foreign. They were predominantly foreign and predominantly Protestant.
Nice. So now you know that here in Bordeaux, the international community continues to thrive and do great business because Bordeaux is one of the, really the most multicultural region in France that I've ever been in. Look at you. She is Egyptian. I am Nigerian. And we are here in Bordeaux. And we are, I can say, pretty successful.
Yes.
And we love being in Bordeaux.
So, and I would say another thing to add about the Musée de Vin et de Négoce is that this was actually this wasn't a place of where the vines were. The merchants did not own the vines. The aristocrats did. However, what the merchants did is the famous word blending, or what as we know as assemblage.
I love that. Blending, assemblage, is just simple as ABC, mixing different grape varietals together. Okay? Simple as ABC.
And what did the merchants do? Expedite it to the rest of the world, because they had their contacts in their own countries abroad.
And can you imagine? This is why Bordeaux wines became so amazing and popular, because these guys actually found the secret of creating a blend that became the top in the world. It's mind-blowing for me. It's that people from outside Bordeaux actually made Bordeaux what Bordeaux wines are today.
And I think that's also thanks to the maritime traffic
Yes.
and something called the Hanseatic League. Hanseatic League was actually protecting Chinido. Can you imagine? Because there were pirates at the time, and so you needed to protect. And the Hanseats are up north. So where Hamburg and everything, they made like a coalition to protect the exports of wine.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So, on another day, I would definitely like for you to
Exactly.
come. We can talk a lot.
Guys, I just want to tell you that you are so welcome to come to Bordeaux and meet my friend Hela,
Thank you.
who would be so happy to take you on a fantastic history drive
Yes.
of Bordeaux.
Here,
Bordeaux.
and with Chinido, out into the vineyards.
Oh, we're going.
Cheers.
Cheers.